Dude, this is so epic. All right, let's go.
Hello, my name is Christian Chandler, age 22 at this time. I will be 23 on February 24th, 2005. Anyway, for
that shirt is
over a
iconic.
year now, I've been trying to attract an 18 to 22-year-old boyfriend-free girl, 18 to 21 before February 24th, 2004, which is this year. Anywho, been trying for over a year to attract a girl, boyfriend-free girl, and I have failed. And you know, when you had so many failures at this time, you can't help but feel sad, you know, and depressed. And yet here it is about Christmas time, and well, all I want for Christmas is a boyfriend-free girl.
Chris prepares for Christmas 2004 by singing 2 of his songs.
Christmas 2004. Holy shit. Wait, do I need to turn up the audio? Is it too quiet? I'll turn it up a little bit. All right, let me know if it needs to go up more.
For the camera, he performs
Let me know if
So
this
Need
is
a
good or
Cute
more.
Girl.
Tell me why I so need a cute girl my age.
Vincent literally predicted it. They're like, if this episode starts with him singing that fucking song, I'm gonna be pissed. He's literally singing the Christian and the Hedge Boys song. All right, here you go, Santa. I'm stuck as a virgin with rage. Tell me why. Holy shit.
Followed by All I Want for Christmas is a Pretty Girlfriend.
All I want for Christmas is a girlfriend. She has to be 18 to 22. Well, at this time of year, all I can say right now is that I hope Santa will comply with my request and bring me a pretty girlfriend. And so, happy holidays from me, Christian Chandler. By the way, you can call me Chris in public. And
You can call me Chris in public. What if we're all making fun of him and there's the biggest plot twist? Again, if you're a manga reader, don't spoil it. If you're a manga reader, don't spoil. But what if the next episode is like Christian woke up and there was a boyfriend-free girl under his tree?
thank you.
Be like, whoa.
Christian whipped his camera out for Christmas Day too, and documented the state of the house at that time.
'Twas Christmas Day.
Damn, it's like
And all
cluttered as
through the
shit. Bro.
house, the creatures that were stirring were my family and me and our 2 cats. And we wander upon our wondrous Christmas tree with a star that was made so delicately. Delicately?
The star on top of the tree is in fact Sonichu. Chris reveals that his dreams were dashed that day.
No! Plot twist, chat. He woke up on Christmas, no girlfriend. Oh shit. On top of the tree was a star of him and Sonichu, though. Santa probably went down the chimney. He's like, oh no ho ho, I'm out of here.
And a Christmas present that was supposed to be for the girlfriend that Santa brought. But unfortunately, she didn't show.
Chris introduces his audience to his parents.
And now we wander in on my family. Say hello, Father.
Yeah.
Making our Christmas movie.
He doesn't give a shit.
See, you're wasting your chip.
Well, I'm gonna play onto VHS anyway.
I see. All right.
A smaller Christmas tree down here.
Yeah.
And our mothers sleep here in a dark area. Would you care to share a Merry Christmas with the world, Father?
Ho, ho, ho.
The tour puts a spotlight on the extent of the hoarding situation in the house, as Chris visibly has trouble navigating through the hoard.
Care to say something to the entire world?
Merry Christmas.
Yep.
After the tour, Chris documents
I don't mean to say manga spoilers, but I'm just gonna say something. Technically on Christmas Day, there was somebody for him under the tree. So Santa didn't drop the ball fully. Technically, Santa didn't drop the ball. Oh, Alex, don't spoil. Please, chat, don't say spoilers. Alex Hito, you're so pure, buddy. You're so pure. Keep watching. Keep watching.
the gift exchange, revealing the interpersonal dynamics of the family.
You guys have no idea.
It's recording. So here we are around the Christmas tree. We're gonna open presents.
I don't remember any of this epic, man. I'm so glad we're
Chris
rewatching
presents
from the
Bob
beginning.
with a card.
Hi,
I'm supposed
Davey.
to read it?
Yes, read it.
Am I supposed to read it out loud?
Yeah. Read,
I'll
read,
see.
read to Mom.
I want to thank you all for your support and love throughout my fantastic love quest. Pooey. And if Santa doesn't bring me one, no Chris, no Thomas.
This guy literally made his dad dead ass read his Christmas card, and he's like, if Santa doesn't bring me a girlfriend, I'm gonna lose it. And he made his fucking like 70-year-old father read this out loud. That's insane.
Like I asked him, then I'm going to need some support finding a boyfriend free. It'll come, Christian. Hope you all like my...
Oh, Bob, if only... He's like, it'll come, Christian, don't you worry. Oh, Bob. Oh, boy.
present.
So much foreshadowing, dude.
Today I'm thinking of Christmas and remembering you all. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I think his dad is 15 years older than his mom. I think there's a
Christian
15-year
gives
age
Bob
gap.
the option of receiving the puppet TV show Fraggle Rock on DVD or on VHS. After Christian discreetly implies that he wants to keep the DVD for himself, Bob caves in and chooses to take the VHS.
Yes.
So you want the VHS.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I'm not much for the other.
DVD.
Why do we have it on both?
I gave him a choice, remember? You remember he originally wanted DVD? Yeah, it's Fraggle Rock, Father. That's what's on there.
I see.
Everything that's on the DVD is on that VHS.
VHS worked better than my system.
Yeah.
Chris presents Barbara with a Lego set.
No boring stuff.
Hold on.
He gives her a plush doll of the Japanese character Hamtaro.
Hold on. Did I miss something? Obviously, Chris Chan is 22, but he doesn't have a job. How did he get presents for his family? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't, like where's the money come from? Where did the money come from? Did they just give him money and he went to the mall or some shit? Where did he get money to get Fraggle Rock and Hamtaro plushes for his mom? He does chores and shit? Okay, you're right. Yeah, send it to the Milky Finisher Discord.
I got you Hamtaro.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Who is he?
Who is
It's a
he?
Hamtaro. He's a little hamster. He's a little bitty hamster.
The family discussed the possibility of a surprise visit from Sarah.
Oh, that's my present for Sarah. Because, you know, she might come over.
I wish you would.
Well, she did last year, remember?
Chris attempts at an embrace with his mother, but ends up hurting her instead.
Here, whoops, I'm sorry.
Don't break my head.
I'm sorry.
He does it again.
Two boxes together here.
This guy's he's trying to give his mom a hug. Like, whoosh, sorry, whoosh, sorry. Like, oh, I creamed my head. Whoosh, whoosh, just whiplashing his own fucking mom. He's about to snap his mom's neck. If only that would have happened now. Would have changed the timeline. Taters, I just saw what you said.
I'm sorry.
Chris gives
just
Barb another present.
Planet.
A snow globe with him in it.
No glow. With me in it.
Merry Christmas, Robert.
It's also got Sonichu in it.
I was laughing at your video too.
See? You know, one side, Sonichu on the other.
That's cool.
I got it over at Walmart. The snow glow.
How about that?
It's cool.
Yeah.
That's neat. Merry Christmas.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
Now we can go back downstairs where it's warm.
Snappy New Year.
Yeah.
Snappy New Year, huh?
Not only count.
Yep.
After the gift unwrapping, Christian went back to his room to record a video recapping the events.
Dude, this looks like a villain. This looks like a guy about to like record a manifesto. He's like, to everybody watching this, whoever find this, sorry I was not the best coworker. Like he's about to record like some murder video, like some Jeffrey Dahmer shit. Here we go.
Well, now this ends our family Christmas of 2004. I did get some nice gifts, but It does not compare to having a boyfriend-free girl that can make it to a girlfriend. But unfortunately, I was hoping for her to come, but she didn't. My lifelong friend, Sarah Hammer. You know, she had not been paired up with that jerk Wes Isley. I could have her, but
So he's like, if it wasn't for that dastardly Wes Isley, I would be her boyfriend. I don't know, Christian. I don't know, buddy. I like how in Christian's mind, he's, like, it's so weird. Like, the concept of the girls not liking him, isn't what goes through his mind. He thinks the only thing stopping him from getting a girlfriend is that every girl in the world already has a boyfriend. That's what he actually thinks. Like, he's just like, damn it. He's like, fuck, if they were single, then I would have them. I was like, that is not how that works, bro. In fact, in the course of my lifetime, I probably shouldn't say this, but the last two, like, major relationships, like, I'm talking about, like, we actually dated, like, not just, like, you know, whatever, like, actually boyfriend, girlfriend shit, not just, like, stuff. The last two relationships I had, I got into while they were still, like, with a boyfriend. So I had the opposite problem of Christian. Both of the past two girls were in active relationships when I talked to them. So it was, it's like the opposite problem. It's like an anti-spiral. Shake my head. Listen, Dally, I'm changed. Not anymore, bro. Not anymore. It's never good. It's always bad. It's fine. Whatever, I was like fucking... Ew, Dayron, what the fuck? You just stole Shin Puff's color and made it look worse. So yeah.
I wish you would.
The funniest thing about the other lore is when a month before I dated my most recent girl, like my ex-girlfriend, a month before, Dally's like, yo, you gonna date this girl? I was like, nah, fuck this bitch. She's a cheater. Dude, it was so fucking funny, dude. Oh my gosh. Everything's hilarious. Everything's funny. That's a pretty cool orange color. All right, let's lock in. Let's lock in.
Was here so that I could.
Oh, for sure, Reb, for sure. The thing was, back then I didn't care. Now I care, so I wouldn't do that now. When I was younger, I was just like, oh, cute girl, who gives a shit? I don't care. I don't care if this doesn't last. I just want, you know, somebody for a little bit. Now I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. But at the time, trust me, I was well aware. I'm not so stupid that, like, I'd be like, I'm different. Like, no. I was like, this is just, it's going to go down in shit. But I was like, whatever, fucking, you know, whatever. Now I realize, if I could go back in time and change it, though, I really wouldn't. I would, like, I'm fine with where I'm at now. I learned the lessons, blah, 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 blah. I like who I am now. I wouldn't really change anything.
Talk to her and says she can help me in my quest to get a boyfriend-free 18 to 22-year-old girl. 1823 as of February 24th, 2005. Now, anyway, that pretty much sums up my
Dayron has always been green.
this year, so,
Don't let him gaslight you.
As the same showbiz. Goodbye, folks.
His original color is
As
green.
he entered 2005, Christian continued his tried and true tradition of pacing around the mall, hoping to attract a boyfriend-free girl. His activities quickly caught the eye of Anna McLaren, an employee of Pack & Son at Charlottesville Fashion Square, who described her encounter with him in a blog post titled, "The Tale of the Crazy Pacer."
Dude, this is crazy. I don't remember any of this. So, wow. He just kicked off the new year. He's like, well, Santa Claus let me down. Maybe on New Year's. And literally, he just so happened to have a crush on a girl that immediately made a blog post about him. Let's hear this. Let's go back. Let's hear
Described
this.
her McLaren, an employee of Pack & Son at Charlottesville Fashion
See
Square,
what she said about
who
Christian.
described her encounter with him in a blog post titled, "The Tale of the Crazy Pacer." There was a guy who paced in front of Abercrombie & Fitch. He'd come and do it for hours on end, just walking back and forth. He was an okay-looking guy, not evil-looking like creepy molester.
That's a W, dude. That's actually kind of a W, Chris Chad. She referred to him as okay looking. That's a W, bro. I feel like if his personality was different, I have definitely seen uglier guys than him have girlfriends. I've been at conventions and I've seen guys way uglier than Chris Chan with girlfriends, and it's just his personality, bro, and his voice probably. But hey, that's a W. Let's keep it going though. Let's hear where it all went south. Let's hear where it all went south.
Dude. So he would pace for his allotted time, then leave. Sometimes, as he paced, he would sing or shout. Nobody really could ever tell what he was saying. Oh yeah, and he always wore the same shirt. A nice little long-sleeved red and blue number that had a gold crest on the left side.
Crazy.
And white collar and cuffs. Then, one day, he decided to start pacing on the Pac Sun side, so he started pacing in front of our store. We were doing floor set, and Lin noticed that crazy pastry kept looking into Pac Sun as he paced. And this day, he was acting particularly crazy. He'd pace and pace, then stop and shout something at the wall, then keep pacing. And he also did some singing, even getting into the vibrato falsetto junks. It was hilarious.
Actual schizo
So anyways,
behavior.
someone, I can't remember who, suggested that the next time he looked in, we wave at him. So they waved, and
They
Christian
aggroed
waved
him.
back. After some waving back and forth, Christian took the initiative and entered the store.
They aggroed
He
him.
came right up to the counter that I was standing behind, and he looks right at me, all fidgety and twitchy, and he goes, "You look to be about 19 years old, right?"
Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. Alright. Oof.
He then proceeded to introduce himself. "My name is Christian," he said, "but you can call me Chris. I'm Christian W. Chandler." "Oh," I said. "Hi, Chris." "So," he continued, "do angels have names?" I found out later that he meant to say, "Do angels like you have names?" Poor guy was so nervous, he didn't get it right.
Props to this girl for, like, remembering this. She's just a girl that works at Pac Sun, and she's got, like, a photographic, like, teleprompter memory. That she, like, remembered that his name was Christian Weston Chandler, or she were, like, a Pac Sun employee that remembered all this for our viewing pleasure. Yeah, Chad, what do you guys think if I see a Toga cosplayer and I just walk up to her and tap her on the shoulder and be like, "Do angels have names?" She'd be like, "What?" What the fuck does that mean? What is Pac Sun? It's a clothing store in the US. They just sell, like, hipster clothes. It's a clothing store. I don't even know if it exists anymore.
Anna introduces herself, then Chris talks about eyes. "My eyes are two different colors. One of them is green and the other is blue. That's because I had pink eye a while back and one of them stayed that way."
What a W pickup line, bro. Be like, "What's up, baby girl? I got two different color eyes because this one had pink eye." Dude, it's fucking crazy. So yeah, I'm pretty cool. I've got two different color eyes. One white, one pink, because I got poop in my eyeball. What's your name, sweetheart? Holy shit. No, dude, the pink eye does not change the color of your fucking iris. That's not real. Yeah.
"What color are your eyes?" I was pretty grossed out by the pink eye story, but I told him anyway. "Sometimes blue, sometimes green, and usually gray."
Cool.
"Oh, that's neat. It's funny how that happens, isn't it?" "Yeah," I said. He attempts to ask her out, but Anna declines. He eventually settles on the internet as a forum for future communication between them. Christian came back and handed me a card with a crudely drawn Sonic the Hedgehog and some other yellow Sonic-looking creature on it, along with Christian's name, email address, and website. It was a homemade business card. "That's my email address, and you can just email me sometime, okay?" "Okay," I said, not intending to email him at all. Little did either of them know, but this was the start of a friendship.
There you
But
go,
for the
Taters.
time being, Chris's contact with Anna was sparse. In February, Cartoon Network's Adult Swim block held a contest which asked viewers to make their own commercial advertising the release of the cartoon series.
Bro, what is with this guy's stand ability to, like, enter contests? Another contest? He got published in Nintendo Power. He won the Sega the Sonic the Hedgehog giveaway. Another fucking contest, bro? That's his special ability.
Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, Volume 1 DVD
It's not
set.
contest,
Christian
though.
sent in his own unique take, in which he mentions his ongoing feud with Mary Lee Walsh.
Hello, I hired Harvey Durbin, attorney at law, to help me, Christian Weston Chandler, in my case against Bernie Walsh, who years ago shared my heart. And he has won the case for me, and you have won for me. A Harvey Birdman 2-disc DVD box set, which comes out April 12, 2005.
He finishes with a brief promotion.
Do you understand how schizo it would be for Adult Swim to actually use that? He's just talking about people nobody knows. He's like, yeah, so this teacher, Mary Lee Walsh, that I had in high school, she wouldn't let me flirt with girls in high school, and I hate her. So you guys should buy Birdman on DVD. They'd be like, what? Huh?
Promotion of his custom cards depicting himself and Sonichu.
This is a Christian Chandler Sonichu production.
Regrettably, the winning entry did not feature Chris. In response, he vented his frustration at losing on the Adult Swim message board. My entry was very dramatic and a lot better than that piece of poo or any of the others that made the top 5 as well.
Nice.
I'm very upset about that.
What a nice,
My
humble
Quick's
winner.
Harvey
Or loser.
Birdman spot was the best, and I feel sorry for you, Adult Swim, for not noticing that. You all should take another good look at it and seriously reconsider.
Wow.
In March, Christian published Sonichu Issue 0, his first full-length comic.
Uh-oh.
The issue is further divided into episodes, much like a television show,
Sonichu
with a
Episode
different story
0,
in
bro.
each one. Episode 1 begins in an open field 5 miles from the city of Station Square, in which a wild Pikachu observes fighting in the distance between Supersonic and the perfect Chaos Monster. Pikachu gets caught in the scuffle and collides with Sonic, the impact releasing a rainbow which lands on a girl Raichu 15 miles away, who then transforms into a hedgehog-like creature and calls herself Rosechu. Meanwhile, the Pikachu somehow inherited Supersonic's powers and changed form, and joins Sonic in the battle, defeating the perfect Chaos Monster. He christens himself Sonichu. Christian himself interjects here and there. He draws himself having one blue and one green eye, as he had told Anna. His eyes are in fact different colors, but the difference is nowhere near as profound as in his illustrations.
Gino.
He then proceeds to introduce Quickville, and reveals that he is also the mayor of said town. He then goes on to introduce all the main characters of the story, including Mary Lee Walsh. He saves
Dude,
himself for last.
Jerkcop! Why is Jerkcop holding a piece of shit in his hand? There's Mary Lee Walsh, the devil. The original villain. Yeah, it's not even. It's just a Pikachu that got transformed, I guess.
And devotes a full page to talk about Christian Weston Chandler. The next episode concerns Sonichu and Rosechu meeting and quickly falling in love, sharing a kiss underneath a spray of fireworks.
Nice.
In episode 3, Sonichu confesses that he has a dislike for pickles, as does Christian in real life. This is
Okay.
followed by the introduction of the evil foe, Natesurk, whose name is simply Christian backwards. After the battle
Nice.
is won, Mayor Chandler drives off in his car, carrying the Virginia vanity plate, Sonichu, identical to the one on his real-life car.
Yeah.
It should be noted that Sonichu refers to Chris as his father, even though his creation has nothing to do with Christian. The comic ends with a sub-episode starring Chris in a story based on his run-in with the mall police. However, in this version, he clutches his medallion, says Electric Hedgehog Power, and transforms into Chris Chan Sonichu, who largely looks like a blue-colored Sonichu, making him look like the original Sonic the Hedgehog.
So, Gino Samuel, I love his deadpan delivery, but he's like, we've come full circle in the first issue to where it's just Sonic already. So, he turns into Chris Chan Sonichu, which is a blue Sonichu, which is just fucking Sonic. It's just Sonic. We're just back to Sonic. We just went in a big circle. Sonichu is yellow Sonic. Chris Chan Sonichu is blue Sonic, which is just fucking Sonic. And then he's like, this is what really happened. He clutched his medallion and then beat up the Jerkcop.
Meanwhile, the Jerkcop equips metal armor.
Whoa!
Needless to say,
It's
Chris
crazy.
defeats him by cursing him into experiencing horrendous bad luck by using his Curse Yehameha attack.
Curse Ye Mahameha.
Towards the end of March, Hannah, who worked at Starbucks in the Fashion Square, approached Christian during his near-daily pacing
Uh-oh.
and asked him out on a date.
Wow.
After she left, I became very excited and oh my god all over.
You got
After
a date.
calling mom and eating me nuggets, I lifted the chair with such cheer and
I actually don't remember this, so I don't know where this is gonna go. I'm actually on the edge of my seat. I actually don't know where this is gonna go. So he would pace in the mall all day, and finally a girl asked him out on a date. But here's the crazy thing. Again, the way that Gino does this is so funny. He reads Chris Chan's misspellings or typos like as if like they're just normal. So he reads the typos as typos, which is hilarious. So the way he said eating me nuggets is funny.
over. After calling mom and eating me nuggets, I lifted the chair with such cheer and grace and spun around with it like a dancer. Then I put it back where it was. I felt that my love quest had finally come to an end.
Wow.
And I so elated that my shattered heart had a full, fast recovery. I went to Starbucks and we talked about basic things. I showed her my Sonichu scrapbook. She was very impressed. I
And then I woke up like, how is this gonna end? What the fuck?
gave her my email and both my phone numbers on a Sonichu site card.
He made
and
all
she
this
gave
in
me
the
her
manga.
email address. I was very attentive as I took notes about her and maintained eye contact. As I left her, I gave her a double take flirt. That was the rise, now here comes the fall.
Oh.
As I was sitting at my spot, thinking about future steps for later dates, Anna and Dana told me they went to talk to Hannah. She told them that she was setting me up in a prank. I could not believe it, so I found and asked Hannah. Sadly, it was true. Then in major shock, my heart shattered again by 85%, and I let out a big no. His outburst of negation resulted in Chris getting banned from the mall again. He devoted the second sub-episode to this misadventure.
Damn, bro. Fuck. The classic I asked you out as a prank twist. Yeah, that's fucked up. And then he screamed so loud of heartbreak that he got banned from the mall. I think that's the normal. I think everybody's in agreement that what's her name, Hannah, that she's the villain in this part. Yeah, that is true. She's the villain in this part. And then he made it into a manga. He said Christian Chandler in The Rise and Fall of My Heart. No, for sure.
Not long after, he completed his second Sonichu comic, Sonichu Issue 1. Pokemon's Giovanni teams up with Sonic villain Dr. Robotnik to create their own Sonichu in order to defeat the real thing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, a blunder causes Sonichu's DNA sample to get corrupted with cherry cola, producing an imperfect replica of our hero, called Black Sonichu,
Which is
also
just
known
Shadow.
as Blotchu. Blotchu captures Rosechu, so Sonichu and Sonic team up to rescue her. After combating Blotchu and the new Metal Sonichu, they eventually save Rosechu. The style of the comic became more text-heavy, with some conversations so convoluted
Holy
that Chris
shit.
numbered the lines in the order that they should be read.
Hold on, I'm not going to read all this, but I want to read some of this shit. I'm going to start with 5 on the left. Apology accepted. I was also powered up with the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Their power must have caused your transformation. I was on my way home with my sweetheart, with my heart sweet Rosechu. Where is she? Oh man, she's missing. I mean, at least he was smart enough to number them in order. Without those numbers, this would be gibberish. So he had the foresight to actually number the order in which the sentences were typed, so I gotta give him credit for that. Yeah, he's using a Comic Sans font, yeah. I think Sonichu is just a Pikachu that got transformed by Rainbow or something. I don't remember.
The following month, Chris's review for Sprung, a dating simulation game for Nintendo DS, was published in Nintendo Power. I originally bought the game because I needed some lessons on what to say to, or do for, a girl. To make a long story short, I developed a fear that all the pretty girls are already paired up with a boyfriend. I've dubbed this social phobia Noiophobia.
No, why does Nintendo Power keep publishing this shit? Every time he sends something into Nintendo Power, they publish it in the magazine.
After the Spanish word for boyfriend. Anyway, before Sprung, I was afraid to approach most women. FYI, I am 22 years old. I tried to silently attract a boyfriend-free girl, mostly with signs, for over 1 year and 4 months. Then Sprung provided me with general things to say and do, so I felt more confident. When I tried my newfound expressions from the dating simulator, I forgot my fear of the infinitely high boyfriend factor, and I met a couple of lady friends with whom I feel more comfortable. So thank you Nintendo and Ubisoft for the dating advice that this frustrated virgin needed. Christian C. On April 13th, a University of Virginia student wrote a blog post that included her observations of Christian, whom she renamed Sonichu.
I love this. I love hearing description of Christian from third party. We're in for a treat. We're in for a treat. I love it when third parties describe him. Here we go.
Hanging around the Alderman Library. So Sonichu returned to Alderman today. I'm not sure what to make of him. He sits in his chair and draws his Sonichu comics. Harmless, I ask me. Yet I feel like he knows he's different. He knows that the world rushing in front of him is not his own, surrounded by the brightest students in America, whatever that means. He sits in his chair and draws. 23 years old. I'm not sure he even graduated high school. In front of him, text of Plato, Faulkner, God, and Kleist's swirl. Does he have the capacity to understand these works? Whether he can or not, I'm not sure, but there is something in his eyes that realizes that there is a level of understanding and thought that he is unable to partake in. As he slumps lower and lower in his chair, with each student he eyes reading or holding a book, he falls into himself, into the markers and colors on the page in front of him. He seems intelligent enough to understand that he does not understand, and that is the hardest part of all.
Holy shit, what a crazy poem.
In early May, Chris released Sonichu Issue 2. This marks a turning point in the comic as the story begins to focus on Christian rather than Sonichu.
Nice.
Episode 7 concerns the Antuant Prophecy. When Sonic explains the mysterious prophecy to Christian, Chris reaffirms that he is the creator and father of Sonichu. They enter the Destiny Cave and unknowingly release an ancient evil power. Chris also meets an ancient leader of the Cherokee clan, who reveals that Chris is his reincarnation. He is told that he has to unleash ancient power.
Oh no, this is starting to sound a lot like the Milky Finisher lore. Oh no. Oh no. Chris Chan's got his own Zero Lolly in, bro. Oh no. Oh fuck. There's literally Chris Chan Zero Lolly it. Look at that shit. I'm the ancient leader of the Cherokee? Like, that's just an actual little Native American. I'm sure they don't look like that.
Who reveals that
Ouija is Mary Lee Walsh, the teacher that he hates that fucking made him take down his poster.
Chris is his reincarnation. He is told that he has to unleash ancient powers to defeat the evil by using his Sonichu medallion to transform into Chris Chan Sonichu. The story ends in a cliffhanger, with Sarah Hammer and Wes Isley getting possessed by mysterious forces. Between episodes 7 and 8, Chris inserts an advertisement for Axe body spray, in which, ignorant of the societal norms of hygiene, unknowingly confesses that he believes that bathing makes people smell exceptionally nice, to the point that people would compliment you.
Wow, sweet Bolt, did you smell great? Did you bathe? No, my heart sweet, I used Orion scent. Then may I orbit your belt? That's an insane advertisement. That's an insane advertisement.
And that using Axe body spray is just as effective as bathing. Episode 8 continues with Wes meeting his past self, who is a member of the Wasabi clan, and turns into Wesley Sonichu and vows to kill Chris.
Damn.
Sarah also sees a vision and meets the queen of the Cherokee clan, and transforms into Sarama Rosechu. Meanwhile, Chris Chan Sonichu accidentally transforms back into his human self, leaving him vulnerable to attack from Wesley Sonichu, who turns himself into a ball and goes for a flying attack, prompting this exchange from the protagonists. What the? Sonichu, run! You don't have to tell me twice, but during the Stone Age.
What?
Chris
the fuck
figures
does
out
that
that
mean?
his attacker is Wes Isley, and confesses how jealous he is of him for being with Sarah, who is eavesdropping nearby. Wesley reveals that he only
So
wants
much
to steal the
dialogue.
Cherokean crown. Chris changes into Chris Chan and fights Wesley Sonichu, who eventually knocks Chris out and steals the crown, which inexplicably just came into being. Before Wesley can finish him off, Sarama intervenes and fires a lightning bolt arrow at Wesley, pinning him to an unsacred tree. In the final episode, Sarah breaks up with Wes, who cries out no while shrugging. They learn that Quickville, which is a vibrant community with happy people, cool chicks, business, and a frustrated male, is under attack from a giant stone golem, which is under the control of Mary Lee Walsh.
Mary Lee Walsh, that's the Ouija!
So Chris Chan,
Crazy
Sarama,
story.
and Wesley fly over there to fight them. The orb reveals itself as the ancient evil and announces that he is Count Graduan, who is a personification symbolizing the pain and sadness of Christian graduating from high school.
I don't know, because I actually don't remember what happens, but as of right now, Taters, they're still together. Like, in real... Like, I mean, at this point in the video, Sarah and her boyfriend, Wesley, are still dating. Chris Chan's just making up fan fiction. Yeah, it's kind of like, please, 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 Wesley's evil Sonichu, and I'm good Sonichu. So he's just making up his fanfic.
Cool. The three heroes beat them off for a little while, but while
The three heroes do what to them? You're right, it is three protagonists, just like the Invitational 4. As of right now, she has not seen this Rainbow Capo. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Walsh and Graduan escape, vowing to fight another day. In the epilogue, Christian and Sarah chat on the couch, and unfortunately for Chris, she reveals that she has found herself another boyfriend named William, and thanks Chris for being a great friend. Christian dedicates an entire page to Sarah Hammer, his lifelong friend, and offers some highlights.
I mean, he friend zones himself in his own story. That's pretty crazy. So in the story, he beats up the boyfriend, saves her, and then she's like, I found a new boyfriend already. He friend zones himself in his own fucking manga.
Of their time together. Currently, I don't get to see He as much as I did, because she found herself a boyfriend while I was in Richmond. But I often wonder how she is, and if she is happy with him.
That's funny.
I share my troubles with her in my illustrations, letters, and over the phone. I always appreciate the little moments I have with her. The final page is a call to action for all Sonichu fans, in which Chris expresses his wish to have Sonichu produced into a bona fide franchise by Nintendo America. The comic concludes with sub-episode.
Chat, how the motherfuck does that make sense, bro? Guys, let's get Nintendo to make a Sonichu the game. That's not even... That's Sega, bro. What the fuck's Nintendo gonna do? They don't even own the rights to that. I guess, okay, they own the rights to Pokemon. You would literally have to get, like, Nintendo and Sega to agree to make this.
Episode 3, which is a dramatic reimagining of Chris's conflict with Mary Lee Walsh, who is the head of the private villa of corrupted citizens, the base of operations for the villains in the Sonichu universe, the name of which is derived from the acronym of Piedmont Virginia Community College. With Sonichu Issue 2, Christian comes closer to blurring the line between real life and his comic book world, creating his own reality.
Damn.
In Sonichu's News Dash Issue 9, Chris announced that he will attend the Anime Mid-Atlantic Convention in Richmond, Virginia.
Damn, he's going to an anime? He went to an anime convention? 2005? That was still 3 years before my first convention. My very first convention was in 2008, and I've gone every single year since, even 2020 during the pandemic, because I went to a convention that took place 1 week before it was declared a global pandemic. So I've gone to conventions every single year since 2008. This guy has me beat.
On all 3 days. Since he has put himself into Sonichu's world, he will cosplay as himself. Talk about self-respect, huh? Also, he will be watching some of the good anime, getting some souvenirs, participating in some of the events, and just having the good time. Also, he will have some printed copies of Sonichu Premiere Issue 0 on hand. But if you want a collectible copy, you will have to find him and ask for one.
Damn.
He stayed 2 nights alone in a hotel room, and during the convention, he handed out copies of Sonichu Issue 0 to unsuspecting attendees. On June 22nd, Christian recounted the events of the past 2 days. I had my setup at the McDonald's at Walmart, and apparently complaints were made.
No.
The 2 manager jerks, or manager jerks, a
Managerks.
senior comic, and a black fat jerk, He looked a lot like the leader of the Jerkcops at the mall, whom I refer to now
What a
as...
coincidence! That's what we refer to as Dally. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm kidding. Okay, let's continue. Oh my gosh. Here we go. The Jerkkeef. The black fat jerk. He's the Jerkkeef.
as the Jerkkeef, approached me and took me for a fall with my trying to find a boyfriend-free girl, like I had been doing for the past over 1 year and 10 months. We argued and disputed until the two of them left to call the police. While they were gone, I had taken off the sign from my Nintendo DS and hidden it on the back cover of my diary. When the Jerkcops came, they were all like, "What seems to be the problem?" And the Married Sailor comic was like, "Where's the sign?" And I was, "What sign?" And another argument was had between the four of us, in which I never gave any of those jerks eye contact, because none of them deserved it. So, I got kicked out from the McDonald's, not the Walmart, for the rest of the day. Now for what happened today. I was starting to set up my things, and the B manager was getting in my face. I feel that he really hates me. And he was like, "Don't set up your stuff. Don't push me." I was not going to use the Nintendo DS sign today anyway, but he did not want my pixel block sculptures at all. I stood up against that manager. I continued to build, and I dictated my situation into his face with a song and dance. He went up to the Walmart manager.
Man, I wish that this shit would have taken place in like 2025, because you know damn well there would have been video evidence of this. Because this shit happened in 2005, we have no video footage. Luckily, Chris Chan recounts it in his manga, but still.
And he was like, "Hey, let's talk." But I sat silent for a minute. Then I said to him, "I do not speak to any man other than myself, because they all have taken all the pretty girls, leaving me with none." Verbal combat had started, and during the fight, I ran off, still giving verbal punishment, as well as the finger, and many curse-hameha's. I nearly backed up onto him.
I literally just imagine him in McDonald's, and like the police are like, "Get out, get out." And while he's running, he's doing curse-hameha's, and they're like, "What the fuck is this tweaker doing right now?"
With my car, and I gave him another finger. Then I dashed off. Now, I feel sad, because I've nowhere else to go to attract a boyfriend-free girl.
Shit,
and
bro.
I feel very furious with those managers and all men other than myself and my father. Chris began believing that there was a conspiracy involving all the men in his town. They all are against me in
What a
finding a
tweaker.
girlfriend of my own. But I will not give up on my long and Tado's love quest. I'll find a new attraction spot, somewhere in Charlottesville, Virginia. There has to be at least one 18 to 23-year-old boyfriend-free, caring, smoke-free, non-alcoholic white girl out there somewhere.
It's a lot more rare than you'd think. It's a lot more rare than you'd think, Chris Chan. It's a lot more rare than you would think, brother. Add not addicted to pills and doesn't have a kid to that list. And I'm right there with you, brother. Add no children and no pill addiction, and I'm right there with you. Wow, Taters. I like how the Milky Smash Invitation is a cringe project. Fuck you.
Chris dramatized this entire ordeal in sub-episodes 4 and 5, but his adaptation also featured the manifestation of his dream sibling, Crystal, his twin sister.
What's her last name? Meth? I already made that joke
A
last
mere month
fucking episode.
later, he caused more trouble, but this time at Target,
Uh-oh.
where he sat waiting to encounter a boyfriend-free girl for hours, taking gross advantage of the free refills at his disposal. I was at the new Target store, just hanging around, not bothering anyone. And, from out of the blue, these two managers asked me to leave because they said I was loitering. I was not. I was there hoping to find an 18 to 23-year-old boyfriend-free girl
Yeah, come
like
on,
I
guys,
usually do.
dumbasses.
Then, from out of the blue, after I told them off, They came back with 2 Jerkcops. I was slightly intimidated, but mostly annoyed and ready to strike back on them. They asked me to leave and never return. I did not want to leave. I would have left peacefully.
No, I get
In
it.
fact,
I see what you
I was
mean,
ready
dude.
to go.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that if I showed my story lore to random people, it would be cringe, but I like it. But I made it for you guys, so that's why. But also, I see what you mean. I think that anything that comes from your heart is going to be cringe to strangers because it's alien to them, if that makes sense. Anything that's true to you, there are going to be people out there that find it cringe because it's so different. Yeah. No, I get it. And I encourage you to do so because it's very fun. It's something that means a lot to me. I've been creative my whole life. Just not in an art way because I can't draw. But I never really wanted to draw. I was more like I want to make videos. Like I want to make movies, like direct and stuff. So, yeah. I get scared of showing myself after this jack off, this jerk cop named Mike told me to kill yourself. Yeah, I remember that story. But still, I mean, whatever. I mean, yeah, I've had people that I'm really close to, friends and family members, be like, when are you going to stop fucking streaming? When are you going to give up? Blah, 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 blah. I still do it. It used to bother me more than it does now when I was a tweaker.
But I had a prepared speech to say to them stupid Jerkcops. And, during the middle of my speech, they chased me, pulled my pants, and pinned me to the floor. 5 Jerkcops dogpiled on me as I struggled to get free.
5 versus
1,000 pounds of
Christian?
sausages on my 180-pound body were seriously a cutoff for my breathing flow. They handcuffed my wrists and legs, and they hog-tied me. Not only did I feel humiliated from being the victim, but I was angry at them, not only for handcuffing me, but once again thwarting my efforts in trying to find a
5
boyfriend-free
cops
girl.
versus Christian?
They drove me
fight?
to the county jail, but fortunately, they did not keep me there. I was released to my family. Chris was charged with trespassing and disorderly conduct. It was terrible.
Wait.
But was charged with trespassing and disorderly.
Why does it say, like, non-Hispanic? Oh, like, white cock? Probably because he said that he could speak. They actually have the actual police report. That's, yeah, July 20th, 2005. Misdemeanor.
Disorderly conduct. It was terrible, but my mother and I are going to get back at them in court. In fact, I learned that the jerk cop who arrested me was called Baggett. That was the only thing about the situation that was hilarious. Replace the B with an F, and you can see how funny it was.
Okay. Replace the P with F, and you can see how funny it was. I mean, made me laugh. Chris, you got some sort of a fucking point there. Well, I mean, he's got the same sense of humor as me for that one. Who the fuck just blew up my phone? 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, Cherry.
However, after attending 2 court hearings, the charges were dropped. This event was recreated in Sonichu sub-episodes 7 and 8, but in Chris's reality, he endured much greater torment and came out victorious in the end.
Of course he did.
Less than a week later, Chris had another run-in with the law. This time, a minor fender bender when he rear-ended the car in front of him. He was fined $30.
He has a license? Dude, I didn't even know that. This motherfucker got his driver's license? What the hell? That explains. I thought his parents were dropping him off this whole time. I was wrong. I thought Barbara and Bob were dropping him off. Shit. This motherfucker was on the road? Holy shit, that'd be hell on earth.
And also paid $56 in court costs. In August, Christian returned to PVCC after the end of his 1-year suspension. It was around this time that Anna announced that she was moving to Utah. Her announcement also somewhat coincided with her 20th birthday, so Christian and her friends organized a birthday/farewell party for her. with Chris claiming that he picked out and bought the cake himself.
He looks like a fucking killer,
Throughout
dude.
August and September, Chris engaged in back and forth conversations via MySpace with 2 female students, Jelena and Lindsay. But despite all his efforts to meet with them, it ultimately came to nothing. In September, Chris finished Sonichu issue 4, which was merely a compilation of sub-episodes 1 through 8. He claimed that his mother didn't want him making any more stories concerning his own life,
Damn.
so he obeyed and stopped making sub-episodes. In October, a user on a Sega forum began a discussion thread about Sonichu, in which members discussed the comic and Christian's personal antics.
Crazy.
This was the earliest documented online discussion concerning Christian, but the original Sega forum hosting site has since been shut down and there is no known archive of the discussion chain.
Jeez.
In November, Shoujo Beat, a manga anthology magazine, published Chris's letter which vaguely concerned the manga Absolute Boyfriend.
Bro, how is this guy always getting published? A fucking anime manga magazine publishes his article? This guy's had like 6 publications from Nintendo Power and V Shoujo magazine or whatever. And he's rating the anime Absolute Boyfriend?
Riko Izawa
You're right,
in Absolute
stand.
Boyfriend sort of has the same problem I do. She can't get a guy, and I can't get a girl. Here's my sitch. All the pretty girls are already paired up with some jerk, leaving me with none to choose from. Also, nobody can tell, off the bat, a paired up from a boyfriend-free girl. At first, it's equally hard for Riko to find a girlfriend-free boy, but then she's granted this wish, where she gets a girlfriend-free boy, although he is a robot, delivered to her doorstep. Lucky girl. I'm 23 years old. One would think I'd have gotten a girlfriend by now, but no, I haven't. I'm stuck in the situation where if my parents should pass away, I will be a very lonely virgin. Some months later,
Oh man, oh man.
a fellow reader sent in a reply to Chris. Why is he only looking for pretty girls? There are plenty of girls who are not supermodel gorgeous whom he could date. It's not the outside of the package that counts, but the inside. A girl can be pretty on the outside, but might be mean or self-centered or have other problems, whereas another girl could be plain or even ugly on the outside, but quite a beautiful, kind, intelligent person on the inside. If more guys would think about what qualities they look for in a girl, sentiment. Chris's advances towards Megan intensified, as is documented in their
Oh, no.
emails.
Oh no, she looks so
declined
happy.
giving out her phone number, and later in the same email, also declined his invitation to go out to a restaurant. In an email from December, she stated that she did not appreciate Christian trying to kiss her, and admitted that she is not interested in a relationship, but insisted they can remain as friends.
Yikes.
She also confessed to accidentally discovering that he bought Megan a Nintendo DS,
Okay.
even though she had recently just gotten one herself. Through Megan, Chris was introduced to My Little Pony and Sailor Moon, with Megan providing him with some of her own fan art.
Oh no.
He also began making his own custom My Little Pony figures, including one that he made using his own hair.
Oh
As an adult
no.
male fanatic of My Little Pony, he preceded the so-called brony culture, which would only begin to blossom around 5 years later.
Damn.
Megan also requested him to
He
bid
was
on
ahead of his time. He was a brony before bronies. He's always been. He was the first Let's Player. He was the first brony. He was the first. Wow, dude. He was ahead of his time. Born in the wrong generation.
on a collection of World War II photos on eBay, of which Chris was the winning bidder. In
course he was.
2006, Christian's online spending habits intensified, with Chris purchasing My Little Pony and Sailor Moon figures, pornography, and sex toys, among other things.
Whoa. Run it back. What the fuck?
In
Okay,
Feb,
let's run it
spending
back.
habits intensified,
Look how
with
much
Chris
shit he
purchasing
bought,
My
dude.
Little
Look at
Pony
shit.
and Sailor Moon figures, pornography, and sex toys, among other things. In February of 2006, Christian finished drawing Sonichu issue 3,
Who are
which
these
took 7
people?
months to complete.
Who are these people?
The comic begins with the origin stories of each member of the chaotic combo, whose eggs were created in and ejected from the ring.
I realized what happened, Chet. He watched My Little Pony and he was like, now I need to come up with a bunch more Sonichus. So we've got Rainbow Dash Sonichu, Pinkie Pie Sonichu.
Rainbow,
That's
as
what
seen
happened.
in episode 1. The green egg lands in the jungle. The electric hedgehog Pokemon that came out of it grows up to become Wild Sonichu. The blue egg lands in the ocean and is rescued by the Pokemon Swampert, which takes it to the beach just in time for it to hatch and become Bubbles Rosechew. The white egg lands in front of a church, and out of it hatches Angelica Rosechew, who is raised by nuns.
Okay.
Mystifyingly, after she evolves into her final form overnight, Christian is outside her window, bringing her a scrunchie and a pair of shoes as a gift. The red egg crashes into Nabe's.
So what I hear is she was born and grew up within 1 day, and Chris Chan was already hitting on her. She literally has been born for 1 day. She's like Neko Arc. She's a newborn, and Chris is already at the window like, hey, got you some scrunchies. She's been on the planet for a day.
Dojoshin and hatches. For some reason, Nabe is compelled to rip off the Sunny's tail, causing him to instantly evolve into Punchy Sonichu. The purple egg hatches in a cave.
Gee, chat, what does punching Sonichu remind you guys of? Could it perhaps be fucking Knuckles, even with the exact same white crest on him? What could punching Sonichu be?
Instantly evolve into Punchy Sonichu. The purple egg hatches in a cave, and the purple Sani starts to telepathically communicate with the Pokemon Mewtwo, who decides to mentor it. For months, this mysterious mentor taught the Sani how to hone his pores, lift objects mentally and physically, and what the outside world was like. Until one day, during meditation, the Sani suddenly evolves into Magichan Sonichu. He then farts. The episode ends with a final bulletin.
Gino Samuel, you dumb asshole. I don't know if that's what that meant. I don't think that is that really what happened, or was he like trying? I don't know. Or I guess because he said oops. He then farts.
He then farts. The episode ends with a final bulletin which would have been more suitable for a televisual feast rather than a comic book. Stay tuned for when these hedgehogs meet. In the next episode, Blachu steals a Master Sunstone and through a comedy of errors is met with 4 of the chaotic combo. Eventually, the 5-member troop
Holy
teams
shit.
up with Sonichu and
There's
they take
so many
down
characters.
Blachu, leaving him in a bloody mess, accompanied by a tweet sound effect, commonplace in cartoons. The comic closes with a fake ad for a call service that would send one of the 2 single men in the world a beautiful girlfriend or a monkey. In May 2000,
Wait,
the world
what?
closes with a fake ad
What?
for a call service that would send one of the 2 single men.
But be careful, for if you call now, late, or early, you will not get a girlfriend, but a monkey, and you do not want a monkey. Huh?
In the world, a beautiful girlfriend or a monkey. In May 2006, Christian attained a CAD degree after 5 years of study, even though it should have only taken 2. For the graduation ceremony, he decided to wear the robe from his high school graduation instead. Now that Christian received this qualification, this made him more likely to get a job and advance his life towards building up a career, doing what he loved, and possibly even realizing his wish for the Sonichu franchise to become a dignified reality, making his dream come true.
To be continued, chat. He just graduated college. He's got his degree now. It took him 5 years for a 2-year degree. That's the end of episode 3. Fucking hell, man.